This little transistor set from eBay, fiver. I think it's 1958. The Super 7 by Perdio. So 7 transistors. And as you can see, it's filthy on both sides. Made in England. So pretty early transistor radio. Not working, as listed, not working. There we are. One of the poppers has lost its plastic cover. I'll deal with that. Looks pretty tidy. Coils floating about a bit. Have a look at that. Take the dial off next, see what we see. Centre section just unscrews. That's easy. See what the speaker cloth should have looked like. Now, I'm given to understand that I have to be careful with these 3 screws. On the other side there are 3 collars. So putting everything back, those little collars have to be where they need to be. Otherwise one of them is going to drop into the variable capacitor, tuning capacitor, and cause all sorts of mischief. Under the strap is, assume is the volume control, and it says Perdio transistor 7, and that says on. I started some cleaning just with this simple green 50-50 with water. And as you can see, making a big difference already. So I should carry on with that, see where we get to. Certainly much better. Not there yet, but the worst of the dirt's gone. Now let's see what we can do for this side. So the microfiber cloth and that liquid gradually starting to remove the grime. One little job that I can do is start to clean up the dial. Those 3 collars that I mentioned are floating about in there. So I'll actually tack those into position with some U-Hoo glue. Well, this is what was found inside. So immediately, as you can see, the ferrite rod is broken in half. There's some evidence that someone might have tried to glue it back together at some point. The wires all seem to be still connected and intact. I haven't tested anything yet. Don't seem to be any components been removed or messed about with too much on this side. 2 of the transistors there and the heatsink, and there's an electrolytic under there, 2 electrolytics over there. I think there's 1 or 2 more to find tucked away. This little trimming capacitor, the screw had been unscrewed to the point it was just about to fall out. So someone's been fiddling and connected to a battery. Well, let's see what happens. I've turned the board over, connected the battery, and don't know whether you'll be able to hear this, but there's just the slightest hiss. Now to get that, I'm having to put a screwdriver onto one terminal of the volume control. Now one of these connections was actually floating on top of the track and come and drift, so I did solder that back. Hasn't made any difference to anything, so that's the best we've got. I do have the circuit diagram. Now the question is this. Let's just turn this over again. Now, do I just abandon this, bearing in mind that someone's been fiddling with it? There's absolutely nothing except the very slightest background noise and a click, and there's that problem with the ferrite rod. So what should we do? Well, when I say we, I mean me. You don't have to do anything except maybe put a comment in the box below. Does this go in the junk drawer? Or, to gain experience, because I'm very inexperienced at these things, shall I try to replace the electrolytic capacitors, see if that does anything? If not, take out the transistors and test them in my transistor tester that's on its way. See whether that does anything when I put them back, assuming they're okay. Or is this a hopeless cause? I know it's the little Perdio is not really worth bothering with, but it's a learning experience, so, you know, I don't know what to do. There is a plan B, which I won't tell you yet. So, comments in the box below, abandon or continue. Thank you.